the good news this week. Madonna is pregnant to her personal trainer, Carlos Leon. Making the happy announcement, the singer said, "I thought he was just showing me how to do special push-ups." But there's sad news in the news this week too. Fergie and Andrew are finally splitting up. She says she's always had trouble with her weight, but has finally found an easy way to lose 200 pounds of unsightly fat. Divorce him. Apparently, the marriage started to collapse when Andrew tasted another man on her toes. But it's the children that I feel sorry for. Beatrice and Eugenie. They've got such stupid names. Fergie isn't allowed to discuss the divorce, so she's spending her time writing a new children's book. It's called The Nasty Old Tight-Ass Queen and Her Idiot Son Who Expect a Princess to Live on Peanuts. Still, in England, a survey has found that many Anglicans don't know important details of the Bible. For example, 70% knew Jesus turned water into wine, but only 5% were aware it was a rather cheeky Beaujolais. Most knew about Joseph and Mary's journey. Settle down. Most knew about Joseph and Mary's journey into Bethlehem, but almost none remembered that they were on a Kon-Tiki tour, earning valuable frequent donkey points. And the saddest news this week, the tragic death of 7-year-old American pilot Jessica DeBroff. Human tragedy or natural selection? You be the judge. Her mother says Jessica was brilliant, a brilliant child. By 6 months, she was playing with plastic bags. A year later, it was matches. And at the age of 2, she was already running around the house with scissors. Flying a tiny plane into a blizzard just seemed a logical progression. But investigators say the Cessna was dangerously overloaded. They found there were 3 too many idiots on board. There are so many stories of brave little Jessica, but who will forget her very last radio transmission? I spy, with my little eye, something coming up very fast, beginning with G. Personally, I blame Peter Pan. Good news. Good evening and welcome to Good News Week, the program that's already been identified as a major producer of greenhouse gases. The general of our first team tonight, the Patton of put-downs, the MacArthur of mirth, the weary Dunlop of wit, Mikey Robbins. She's the singer from Death Effects. She's a self-proclaimed witch and various other things to boot. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fiona Horne. You liked him on the big gig, you loved him in the Toyota ads, you adored him on Sale of the Century, Empty Pocket and Glen Ridge Groupie, Mr. Matt Parkinson. Leading their opponents, a man who bared his nipples last week and has promised something bigger and better tonight, Anthony Aykroyd. Stand-up, full-frontal star and president of the International Hey Dad Fan Club, Kitty Flanagan. And an actor recently seen on the ABC series Naked, Fully Clothed, Rachel Maza. And we're off. Round 1. What's the story? Mikey, Fiona and Matt, tell us all you can about the big news of the week.
Oh, yeah.
The splash that was heard around the world.
We've never met that bloke. He's not from here. He's not from this country. We don't know anything about him.
He doesn't even have an Australian accent.
No, that's the great white fish finger. Greg Norman doing what he does best. Losing.
Well, Mikey, you're completely correct, and so 2 points to your team. Once again, the great white shark has become a battered piece of flake, turning a 6-stroke lead in the US Masters into a 5-shot defeat. But the question on everyone's lips is, what will Greg do now? Well, let's think about it for a minute. He gets all the breaks, but he stuffs them up. He makes millions of dollars, but always comes second. Sounds like he could get a job at Channel 7. Anthony. nonsense. Power pack this thing. Rachel. Oh, it doesn't stop. Have a look at this, young people, and tell us the story.
We will. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. We can see you.
Shouldn't he be naked?
That's Boogie.
It's that underarm perspirant.
Yeah.
Unabomber in disguise.
Can't help himself, can he? Just goes back, he gets up in the final round, thinks, I'll go the grope again. It's our old friend, Mikey Tyson.
No, he's
Mikey
Muslim
Tyson.
now, he can't grope.
Oh, she may be on my team, but I don't understand her.
Muslims don't grope. Speaking in non sequiturs.
She's got a lot of hair, and I think that's important. Oh, Mikey Tyson, she was asking for it, Paul. I'm sure he's innocent.
2 points to Anthony's team. Iron Mike Tyson, a little rusty after 3 years in jail, allegedly kissed and bit the face of a woman. Tyson's manager, Don King, blames Mike's lack of courting skills on his time in prison, where knocking someone down and saying, "Scream and you're dead," is considered foreplay. So with everyone on a mighty fine 2 points, it's time for Strange But True. Each team gets 3 clues to a recent story of human tragedy. Mikey, Fiona and Matt, for you, a mobile phone.
It's for you.
A Korean flag.
Yeah, go Korea.
Go long on pork bellies, long on pork bellies.
And a tree. That's not the actual size of the real tree. That's a clue.
That's a clue.
And for Anthony, Kitty and Rachel, a bottle of vodka. Some corn plasters.
Thanks. They'll come in handy.
And a shotgun cartridge.
Ah, right, yeah.
Great tales of misery and suffering coming up at the end of the show, so don't pack the kiddies off to bed just yet. 3 games of 1-on-1 in round 2, starting with Tabloid Roulette. Fiona, here are 3 magazine headlines. 2 are fake and 1 is real. All you have to do is pick the real headline. Steroid abuse gives incredible Hulk breasts. Batman stars shocking animal lovers video. Naked rage, Lois Lane's real-life porn nightmare.
Oh, they all seem so feasible.
Think about it for as long as you want.
Let's have a bit of a think about it.
They could all be titles to Anthony's autobiography. Or maybe not.
Titles of Death Effect songs, perhaps. No, I think perhaps...
It could be 1, 2 or 3, or 3, 2 or 1, or just 1 or 2 or 3, maybe, just maybe 3.
Well,
4 is a write-out.
Maybe 3 would be the one.
oh, look, I'll go for 2. Batman stars shocking animal lovers video. There's no prizes. I don't care if we don't win.
That's not the attitude. It was, of course, number 3, surprise, surprise. Naked rage, Lois Lane's real-life porn nightmare. Naked photographs of Lois and Clark star Terry Hatcher are being downloaded by millions of internet nerds, making her the proud owner of the world's stickiest website. Kitty, your tabloid nightmare begins now. Wax Museum makes Michael Jackson figure using old skin. Scientology brain purge, Lisa Marie's weird Jacko exorcism. Jackson turns Mormon, marries Donnie and Marie Osmond.
That should be true.
I'll go for,
Can we make this one quick?
2.
2, number 2. Gone wild. And a big 1 point for you because you are correct. Scientology, brain purge, Lisa Marie's weird Jacko exorcism. Lisa Marie is cleansing herself of her ex-husband, a process that involves lots of exercise, colonic irrigation, and powerful laxatives. Personally, I don't think the colonic irrigation will help. Lying around having her bum tickled by bubbles will only remind Lisa of her marriage. Yes, she's going about it all wrong. The quickest way to forget you were ever touched by Michael Jackson is a check for $20 million. Second game is Bites. Matt, what is Jeff Call Me God Kennett talking about here?
This isn't a political issue. It is an issue that cuts right across all political lines, across all generations of Victorians and Australians.
He's talking about subscribing to World Book Encyclopedia. You can tell. He's talking about how hard it is to roll a three-paper joint. No, he's talking about. He's talking about euthanasia, I reckon.
Yo, Sparky, you want to go back one, maybe?
All right, he's talking about dope legalisation.
That's fantastic!
Also from now on, Victoria, you'll be able to get Tim Tams on medication.
Yep.
Well, you've actually level pegged now with an extra point there because you went back one. It is, of course, part of the drug reform package that Jeff wants to decriminalise small amounts of marijuana for personal use. Why bother, Jeff? I mean, Victorians vote for you when they're straight. 3 out of 4 of his children have admitted they've tried marijuana. The other one was sniffing glue in the corner and didn't hear the question. Rachel, a little bite for you from cuddly Alexander Downer.
This relationship is one that will get stronger, will get broader, will get deeper as the years wear on.
Very good friends with Mike Tyson.
He was in Indonesia.
He did.
Good. Come on.
He didn't care about Timor.
Yeah.
Are you having a discussion or is there an answer here?
Well, you gave him a hint.
I'll buy the Indonesian.
Yeah.
Well, you were right. It is Indonesia. I don't know if I'll bother giving you any points for it. I was so confused. After a quick chat with Indonesian Foreign Minister Ali Alatas, Downer starts talking like they've just got married. I've always thought Ali Alatas sounds like the name of the national airline. Good evening and welcome aboard Ali Alatas. Flight 7 to Jakarta. Should we need to abuse your human rights, armed soldiers will drop from the ceiling and massacre you. Have a pleasant trip. The last game in one-on-one is missing persons, Mikey. Somewhere in this photograph is a Hollywood star having breakfast, which is definitely not the best time of the day for him. Can you guess who it is?
That's Ali Alatas.
Yes, no, that's everyone. That's so blatantly obvious that it's almost embarrassing for me to say who it is because it would make the audience feel stupid because they all know deep down inside and,
You don't know.
That's Roman Polanski, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, if that's
But
Roman,
who- yeah.
if that's Roman Polanski and that's another bloke, then that's obviously got to be Sharon Tate.
Back from the dead.
Well, I don't think we'll give you any points for that, though. Noble effort. It is, in fact, Jack Nicholson. Displaying the style that's made him such a ladies' man.
Yeah.
It looks like Jack's early morning pick-me-up has changed from black coffee to finger in the light socket. Our second missing person is a world leader who packs a lot into a mean pair of Speedos. Any ideas, Mr. Aykroyd?
Yeah, what a fine figure of a man. Woohoo! All lunches are packed. You know, I was swigging on this Yeltsin vodka, and I'm getting a kind of a Yeltsin feeling about this whole photo. Paul, tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, it is, in fact, Boris Yeltsin, so you're right. And that's another point to Team Aykroyd. These men are finalists in the swimsuit section of President of Russia pageant. The winner receives a complete set of guided missile codes, all the beetroot he can eat, and control of an economy worth well over $117. At the end of round 2, Mikey, Fiona and Matt are doing a Cossack dance on 3 points. While Anthony, Kitty and Rachel are being followed by the KGB on a very strong 4. Mikey, Fiona and Matt, who is the odd one out here? Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Barbara Cartland.
Ooh.
And that face there, soon to be released in hardcover. Margaret Thatcher.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh!
Gee, where'd you find... That's my license photo, isn't it?
Oh, hello.
And a mad cow.
Oh, yeah.
Odd one out.
Well...
Barbara Cartland, because she's vegetarian. I think
That's
she
the point, she is vegetarian.
She's
but-
a cow.
I'm going
Oh, no, it's not.
here.
It ate the spleen stuff, which is why it's not a vegetarian.
Thank you.
Don't help
If she's
them,
right, we'll take the point. If she's
Yeah,
wrong,
well,
forget about it. Well, I just see 4 mad cows. That's all I can really see there. So,
Someone really had to go for it. Actually, it sort of looks like the cow and Thatcher have just met each other across a crowded room. There's a level of attraction there that's almost spooky. Oh, what you could do with that tongue, you heifer! I think it's, I'm going to say it's Barbara Cartland, because you're right, she's the only vegetarian there.
Well, you are right. It is Barbara Cartland. But you are right for the wrong reasons. Barbara Cartland is the only one who hasn't ruined a traditional British industry. Good old Barbara, the writer responsible for more refined heroin than the Golden Triangle. She lives by the adage, you're never too old for romance, just too ugly and stupid. Anthony, Kitty and Rachel, who's the fish out of water here? Samantha Riley.
Oh, her.
The ACTU Jenny George there with Bill Kelty, the only garden gnome to ever hold a senior position in Australia's union movement. Thank you. Dracula. And toothpaste icon Mrs. Marsh.
Dracula, because he's a boy.
Well, I don't know. You look at Dracula and you think biting people's necks. Teeth. Samantha Riley's got a big bunch of choppers coming at you there in 3D. Bill's a bit of a sourpuss. I'm seeing teeth. I'm looking at Mrs. Marsh. I don't want to look at Mrs. Marsh, but I'm looking at her. And I'm getting a bit turned on. But anyway,
It really gets in.
no, Mikey. Anyway, this is teeth, and she talks about teeth, and they don't show any.
We're going with the ACTU?
Yeah. Oh, did
You are right. 2 points. The ACTU, all the others still have some teeth left in them. You have to feel sorry for them, though. The ACT used to be in bed with the government, but since the election, they haven't called, they haven't written, and John Howard's been seen out on the town lately with a very attractive employment policy. Checking the scores now, Mikey, Fiona and Matt are taking a bit of a sickie on 4 points. While Anthony, Kitty and Rachel are crossing the picket line on a very strong 6. But now back to strange but true. Mikey and Fiona Cust, your minds back. The clues you were given at the start of the show were mobile phone, Korean flag and a tree. What terrible tale connect these 3 items?
Well, I'm going out on a limb, fellow team, and saying that...
on a limb. Point for that. Point for that. On a limb.
Yeah,
1 point.
Yes.
You're branching out.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the place. South Korea was the place where the story occurred. Team members, you...
There's a lot of trees in South Korea. Pretty hard to avoid them. I know that.
A hell of a lot of trees, and of course, your mobile phone.
And some people have mobile phones.
Yes, and it rhymes with banker.
And people on mobile phones often don't know where they're going.
Yeah, they get
They're
really engrossed
distracted.
in the conversation.
We'll cut to the chase here. We actually know the answer. Well, I do, I hope. It was a Korean bloke, South Korean bloke, who was on his mobile phone, yammering away, chatting, doing the whole thing. Yes, spank me, please, spank me harder. Yes, I've been a very naughty man. Sorry. And he walked into a tree and...
Killed himself.
Yes, killed himself, which is a... Sad thing was he wasn't a lawyer.
And that is, of course, correct. So another big 2 points to you. Ko-il Dong was chatting away.
Hello.
Oh, I was waiting for that.
That's a very popular name. Coil Dong was chatting away when he slammed headfirst into a tree. And yes, even nature hates mobile phone users. A passerby rushed him to the hospital where he died 5 days later. Doctors examining Dong's brain said it was...
This whole story's here because his name's Dong, isn't it?
Get over it, everyone, huh? When the doctors looked at Dong's brain, they said it was a complete mess, and smashing into the tree hadn't helped at all. His last words were, "Tell Daryl I can't do lunch on Tuesday." But it's not uncommon for mobile phone users to die in very strange places. A surprising number are killed in restaurants, and many are beaten to death in cinemas. Anthony, Kitty, and Rachel.
Yeah.
You had a bottle of vodka, corn plasters, and a shotgun cartridge. What is the story?
Well, team members, it's pretty obvious what happened here. So, how did we do?
I think if
We
you
don't
bail
waste
out
your
of this
time,
one...
Paul. I believe that what happened was that some Burke decided that his corn was too unsightly. He'd nicknamed it Mikey.
Well, at least it was a corn sprouting hair then. He started it.
I pull you up a couple of chairs, Mikey. Anyway,
Haven't heard that one since year 10.
as I was saying, some Burke had a corn. It was an ugly sucker. And he decided to get rid of it in a very drastic way. Most of us would have maybe just, sawn it off with a saw or used a, Black & Decker on it. But no, he thought he'd go for the big shotgun. And he put the cartridge in, this is where the cartridge comes, and he looked at the corn and he said, "Hasta la vista, corny." And he blew that corn to Kingdom Corn.
It was a good thing he didn't have herpes.
Well, Anthony is correct on that one, and Team Anthony are right. So another 2 points to them. Her foot was so painful that Bonnie Booth thought it might be infected, so she downed a bottle of vodka, got out a trusty shotgun, a gun, and kaboom. No more calluses and no more wearing thongs. Well, have you ever tried reasoning with a skin blemish? Obviously, Anthony's trying at the moment, not doing too well. This approach to medicine interests the Victorian government. Gunshot therapy could save a lot of money by combining police and hospital systems. It seems Mikey, Fiona and Matt are hobbling around on 6 points. While Anthony, Kitty and Rachel pick at their scabs on a very noble 8 points. Let's hear it. So we say thank you very much to Mikey Robbins, Fiona Horne and Matt Parkinson. And good night to Anthony Aykroyd, Kitty Flanagan and Rachel Maza. And we leave you now with the news that something good has come out of Jessica DeBroff's tragic plane crash. Her little brother has been offered a job with Aeroflot. Good night.